Hello, welcome to Writing Quest. In today's video, we're going to talk about using the composition mode in Scrivener. Let's jump right into the computer and check it out. All right, so in Scrivener, we've went over all the different other features of this particular program, which is what we choose to write our stories in. And so to get into composition mode, you go right up here to the top right corner and you click this little full screen button. What it will do is put you into composition mode. And what's really great about composition mode is that it's just a very stripped down, plain text editor. It gets rid of all the extra stuff and it lets you focus on writing your story. And so we're just going to kind of show you a little bit around the overview of this and how to navigate it. So obviously the main thing that's front and center is where you actually write the book, the text editor. It's a normal text editor, just like if you were not in composition mode. If you put your mouse down here at the bottom, you get the toolbar and you have very few options, so we're just going to go through them really quick. Text scale is simply the size of the text, so it doesn't change the size of the paper, it just changes the size of the text, so you can go as big as you want. Basically, I prefer to keep things around this size, and that's really nice. Paper position, you can move things over, and so this is nice if you want to have some notes or something up on the side. You can just move this over and make room for those notes or things that you're wanting to look at, reference material while you're writing your story. Paper width is pretty much what you think it is. You can make the document as big or as small as you want. I generally keep things about there. It seems the most natural to me. Sometimes if you make it too big, that seems like, it's way too in your face. If you make it too small, obviously that looks strange too. I like to keep things around here, but obviously you can change it to whatever size you want. Next, you can go over here and click the inspector, and all that does is show and hide the inspector. So if you had some notes in here for this, you have your label, first draft, you have notes down here. You can change up here in the top right what you're looking at. If you have a picture, if you have keywords you're wanting to put in, bookmarks, project bookmarks, etc. You can change your label as well and what part you're in. So if you finish a draft, you can move it to a different section. I like to keep things on synopsis and notes, so when I have stuff in here, I can take notes as I write, and I can keep my synopsis of what I've written for this particular section right front and center. Go back down here again, you can do the go to, which sends you over to basically helps you navigate to a different part of your manuscript. So if you want to go to a different chapter, different piece of text, you could go to the novel format, you could go to your extras, find some stuff about characters or places. It's just how you navigate things. In focus mode, you can do multiple things. You can have it focus by line, which shows you just the line that you are writing. So if I click down here, click up here, click up here, it has it doesn't matter about sentence. It doesn't matter about when the sentences start and stop. It only does the line from the left side to the right side. If you go here to focus sentence, it'll now stop with the sentence. So if you click here, click here, click here, it does the sentence you are writing. And then, of course, focus paragraph shows you the actual paragraph that you're writing. I actually like the paragraph version because you can kind of deal with a whole section at once, so you kind of know what you started and stopped with, but it still gives you the benefit of the focus. So that's generally how I use it. Then you have the typewriter view, which is really great. I like to keep it on, and when it's on, as you write, it keeps you in the center of the screen. You can really get into a nice flow with that. Otherwise, you end up, you're always writing at the bottom of the screen, and so it can kind of feel like you don't have any room. It feels a little stifling. So I would recommend using the typewriter mode for sure at all times. And then, of course, you have the keywords. You can bring those up, and you can have that as a separate inspector window from these other things you have up here. And so, of course, I have a few here that are just for example. Over here in the middle, it'll show you how many words you've written in your story or in this particular section. And if you hover over it, it will also show you the words, characters, and characters with no spaces. And then finally, if you go all the way over to this bottom right corner, you can fade in the background or fade it away. I like to keep it away, but you can also add a custom background in so you can kind of set the aesthetic of your writing time. And then finally over here in this last section, you have the exit composition mode, and that is of course to get out of composition mode. And that's really it for how composition mode works in Scrivener. I hope you liked this video and I hope you learned something. Check out our other videos on Scrivener. We've gone through pretty much everything at this point as far as the main system works and the main windows and functions. So make sure to check those videos out, and you can do that right here. Huzzah!